Hello students, how are you all? I hope all of you are in good health. So let us start our today's video lesson. The last video lesson we have seen the causes of water pollution and what harms us by water pollution. Okay. How water pollution is harmful to us. What are the diseases caused when we drink contaminated water? So today video lesson we will start from page number 88, prevention and reduction of water pollution. So today's topic is prevention and reduction of water pollution. Prevention and reduction of water pollution. Okay, so this is our today's topic. So all of you know how water pollution is caused. So many factors are there. So we have to stop those factors. What can we do to stop that? There are following methods are there. That is, first is treating toxic domestic and industrial waste from releasing them into water bodies in effluent treatment plant. Effluent treatment plant means it is a type of water treatment plant. We have to use here. Number one is treating water in water, or we can say effluent treatment plant. Okay. So what are these water treatment plants or effluent water treatment? These are the water plant where water, this impure water get purified. Okay, so it is a special type of. So what we have seen in the last few video that how water in cities get purified and supplied. In the same way, they process somewhat like that. Here also in water treatment plant, this domestic wastewater and industrial wastewater that contains lots of chemicals that and other impurities that should be removed from this water. So in these plants, these impurities are removed. Okay. After removing the impurities in different stages, first the solid wastes are removed, then chemicals are removed by treating some other chemicals. We have to neutralize the water. Then we have to remove the germs from the water by chlorination. Obviously here chlorine is also used. By step you have to purify this water in the water treatment plant. After treating, this water can be released into the water bodies, or we can use this water for agriculture, and itself again it can be reused in industries. Okay, so this is the one way by which we can reduce water pollution. Second point is septic tank. Maintaining a septic tank is another important. Number two is septic tank. Okay, septic tank. What is septic tank? You have always seen in your house also. The septic tanks are 3 underground chambers are built, sometimes 2 or sometimes 3 also. In these septic tanks, what we do, we have to let the domestic wastewater in this septic tank. In the first chamber of the septic tank, the solid wastes are get deposited, settle down at the bottom, and then in the second one the water transfer. Again this second chamber, other solid waste which is very light again gets sedimented. After that, in the third chamber goes the clear water. It is not pure water, filtered water, but it is quite does not contain any solid impurities and sometimes germs also. So we can use septic tank. After that, from the third chamber we can let the water into the drainage system. Okay. Sometime in septic tank what we see, the in the layer of soil, water get filtered naturally and goes into the underground also. So it also helps to recharge underground, but it is not so safe. So be careful about it. Okay. So septic tank figure is given in your book. You can see the scum, effluent and sludges are settled down at the bottom in the first tank. After that, in the second tank, water is some solid waste, other solid waste are get deposited. After that, the clear water let into the drainage system, that is called from the outlet. Okay. Next point is so in this way we can also before releasing the domestic water into the drains, or we can initially clean the water, waste water in our home. After that, second is the eutrophication, very important point, eutrophication. Third point is eutrophication. Okay, eutrophication, another point, eutrophication, very important, very big problem nowadays we are facing it. This happens due to the enrichment of extra nutrients in the water. From where these extra nutrients come into the water? As all of you know that farmers are using lots of fertilizers nowadays. These fertilizers, pesticides, insecticides are get washed away by rainwater, so and goes into the nearby water bodies. So it will increase the nutrient percentage in the soil. This is another very big problem. Due to this excessive growth of underwater green plants consume most of the dissolved oxygen. Since the nutrients becomes enriched, which helps aquatic underground plants to grow very faster. So if aquatic plants grow very faster animal, they consume lots of oxygen in the water. Is a condition that is, and the low oxygen forms in water body, and this formation of low oxygen in the water, that is called, another point, that is hypoxia. Another point here is hypoxia. This leads to the low oxygen in the soil. Okay, in water, hypoxia. So excessive use of fertilizer pesticide gives to rise in eutrophication, and therefore should be replaced by, so farmers should be insist to use organic manures instead of chemical fertilizers. Now third point is the avoiding washing and cleaning clothes and utensils. All of us know, you have also seen in villages, most of the people used to wash clothes, clean utensils, wash their kettles in water bodies, isn't it? You have seen in generally in lakes and ponds. So it also lead to the water pollution. So if you can reduce it, we can reduce the water pollution. Now, fourth point is educating the people or make the people aware. Fourth is make the people aware about water pollution. We have to make the people aware about water pollution. If you educate people that how water pollution is caused, and if how water pollution is harmful to us, we have to educate the people, okay, so they can be able to know. Then a strict enforcement of pollution control led by the government should be enforced. So it is a government proposal. Governments have made some laws or rules that will, if you follow them strictly, then definitely water pollution can be reduced. Now World Water Day is celebrated every year in 22nd March. It was recognized by United Nations of Organization, UNO, is to make the people awareness about the importance of water among the people. Now these are the ways, 5 ways in a community system by which we can reduce the water pollution. Next point is conservation of water, and the last point of this chapter. Conservation of water. What do you mean by this point, conservation? Conservation means not to use. Conservation means you can use everything in controlled way, judicious way, without wasting, without any harm to the things. Okay, so that is called conservation. We have to use economically, judicially, then we can say that it is conservation. Okay, so water is a precious, all of us know, so it is very important to conserve water. To avoid overwatering, what can we do to conserve water? So overwatering can be, we can stop the overwatering to the garden plants or flower pots. So for that, nowadays modern methods of irrigation has been developed, like drip irrigation, then sprinkler system. If we follow, then we can prevent water, we can conserve water. Prevent leakage from taps and pipes. So we have to always aware about it also, that somewhere pipes and taps are there leakage or not. So if there is leakage, we have to repair it as soon as possible. Next, we have to promote afforestation, so and reduce deforestation, because forest also brings rainfall. Forests are very big. So you have seen, read in the geography also, the equatorial region, the rainforest, equatorial rainforest. Why there is so much rain in that places? Because there are lots of trees are there. The forests are very dense there. It brings lots of rain. So from the plants, all of you know, water, extra water get transpirated. That also helps in the formation of cloud. Okay, so harvesting rainwater harvesting, very important point nowadays. So we can store rainwater in big tanks. Okay, so that water can be used in community water supply system. Okay, so lots of the rainwater we can harvest it to also help us to conserve the water. Minimizing the wastage of while brushing teeth and washing utensils. So many of us, what we do, by opening the tap, always we are brushing the teeth. No, first you do the brush, then open the tap, then raise in your mouth. Okay, so don't open the tap from the beginning. Okay, so if you do that, you can also conserve water of your own. So there are so many ways by which we can also, by ourselves also, we can, so many lots of things we can do to conserve water. So we have what we can do, what you can do to conserve water. First, do not open the tap while brushing and washing utensils. After when you wash it or you raise in your mouth, then you open the tap. Instead of taking while taking shower, don't take the shower from the shower. Yeah. You take a bucket of water and then take your bath. Again, you can reduce water or conserve water. Flowering pots though is very common, we have already told. Okay, so these are the important. You take that much water you want to drink in a glass. Don't take extra water. You drink half of the glass of water and throw rest of it. Don't do that. You take that much water for drinking that you want to drink. Okay, so these are the points by which you can also conserve water. Okay, students. So this is about the today's video, and we have completed chapter number 6. This chapter is in unit test 3. In our online class, we will also discuss question and answers. Okay. Thank you, students, for watching this video. If you get any doubts, please ask me in the online class. Thank you very much.